I've winged it for 30 plus years. I continue to wing it. Here we are, everyone. We are back for another episode. This is the Groove Junction, the DJ's podcast, which is supported by Wolfmix. My name's DJ Matty F, and I am joined, as always, by my right-hand man. I'm going to call him my right-hand man this week, not my left hand, my right hand. It is DJ John Colley, everyone.
How you doing?
He is. How you doing, mate?
Yeah, man. Really good. How are you?
I'm all right. Yeah, I'm good. Loads going on, which no doubt we'll get into fairly quickly, because yeah, we got a lot. I think we got quite a bit to get into, talk about, and we've been chewing the fat a little bit, and we've got a few things that we want to do and get planned and put things in place, and we got some shout outs for a few people who have been in contact with us.
Nice.
Yeah, so I think it's going to be a bit of a jam packed episode this week.
Loving it already. Well, let's cut it up and let's start going.
All right, then. So let's head straight into what we normally do, which is called The Rundown, which is sponsored by Pro Mobile Magazine.
The Groove Junction Rundown is sponsored by Pro Mobile Magazine, the magazine that's got it all. It's a game changer. They don't just do surface-level reviews, they dive deep with real practical insights. And the interviews, they feature some heavy hitters sharing seriously valuable advice. But it's not just about DJ gear. They cover everything. Marketing techniques, and even the latest tech trends like AI, which is super relevant right now. Honestly, if you're serious about your DJ career, you need to check them out. And here's the best part. We've got an exclusive deal just for the Groove Junction listeners. You can subscribe right now by searching Pro Mobile Magazine and hitting the subscribe button. Just use our special code GroovePMSUB for a 25% discount on your first year's subscription, which is 6 magazines delivered to your door. That's Pro Mobile Magazine. Don't miss out.
Thank you, Pro Mobile Magazine, for sponsoring the rundown as always. Very kind of you, gentlemen, who run Pro Mobile Magazine. You know who you are. In fact, talking about Pro Mobile Magazine, we're going to have to talk we haven't spoken about it for a few weeks, and I know I'm getting ahead of myself, about the Pro Mobile conference.
Yes.
In March 2026.
Yes. Got my ticket.
Yeah, so we need to get back on that. I'm going to reach out to the guys at Pro Mobile and find out what's happening, where they are with the plans, so we can update our listeners in relation to that. But anyway, thank you, Pro Mobile, for sponsoring the rundown. Johnny boy, what have you been doing?
Mate, jam-packed, man. I'm not going to lie. Absolute jam-packed.
Very jam-packed at this moment in time.
Yeah, so Thursday, wedding.
Yep.
With you.
Yeah, it was my gig.
It was your gig.
Yeah,
it was your gig. I was like his, roadie for the night. And
go on, carry on. Yeah, you keep going with you, and then I'll talk about me. Go on.
Okay, go on. Then. You always start with me. I mean, we can start with you if you want. If it makes you feel happy.
I'm not going to put it.
If it makes you feel a part of the Groove Junction a little bit more, you can go first. It's not
me part of the Groove Junction.
Mate, I just sit on the wings.
Listen. Don't start throwing red rags towards me, son. I'm going to take you out big time. All right.
Well, okay. Well, look, I was out with you on Thursday. I'll let you tell everyone about that, as it was your gig. To be fair, you know, Friday I went over to Harlow to have a look at a venue with one of our friends, Brad.
And also, you did a nice little chore for me on Friday.
Yes, I did. You can tell him about that one as well. We're slimming down my little section quite nicely. Saturday, what did I do? Saturday, I had a 50th. It was in a marquee, which was nice. It was a local one in Chelmsford. It was nice. It was good to be able to use haze. Lovely using haze and everything. But the weather was shocking. Absolute shocking. I sat in my car for a good 10, 15 minutes until the rain stopped because the heavens opened.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And I was worried about whether this marquee was actually got any holes in it or anything like that, but it was all right. So that was good. That was an early finish as well. Finished at 11 on that one.
Nice.
That was good. That hog roast, massive hog roast, and a sort of like a horse box bar sort of turned up. for them to serve drinks and that, which was pretty cool. Sunday had a wedding. Oh, there's that wedding. I had that wedding at a venue up in.
Was that the one you talked about last week?
Yeah, the one with the singer. Yeah.
Mhm.
Oh, that was just another level. So I reached out to the singer in the week. She said, I'll meet you at 10 o'clock in the morning when you're setting up and I could do a sound check. And yeah, no problem. I set everything up. I sound checked, made everything look like really nice. And I was just walking out the door and she turned up. She walked through the door. She went, DJ? And I'm like, yeah. She went, I'm here. I went, well, who are you? Because I've never seen her. I've only had like text messages and emails. She went, well, I'm the singer. I said, oh, right. I went, you're 2 hours late. She went, well, makeup took longer than it should have done because she was a bridesmaid as well.
Okay.
So she's like, right. She's like, oh, we're rushing around. She's like, can you help me? Oh, I'm just walking out the door. She went, can you help me get my stuff out of my car? I went, well, I'm just walking out the door. Right. I've been here since 10 o'clock, you know. So she went and got all her stuff in. She set it all up. And she goes, I'm going to do a sound check. And so I said, yeah, there's no one here. Crack on, do your sound check. And she went, can you take photos of me? I went,
oh, she's doing the sound check.
yeah. I went, you're wearing like bridesmaid pajamas. Why would you want pictures? She went, can you just take some pictures of me?
Oh my God.
And I'm like, right, okay. So I took a couple of pictures. I was like, there you go. And she went, oh, she said, can you take some further away? I was like, for Christ's sake, mate, I ain't a photographer. So I said, anyway, that was it, done. I said, right, I'll see you later. Well, what time? She said, I'm only doing 20 minutes. I went, well, the bride thinks you're doing 45. She went, no, because I want to get drunk and enjoy myself.
Oh my God.
And I was like, wow, okay. So then in the evening, she said, literally, I'd done the first dance. She come running out. What time am I going on? She said, go on whenever you like, mate. I said, I'm not bothered. You go on whenever you like. She went, we'll go on at 9:30. I said, do you really want to go on at 9:30? She went, well, why wouldn't I want? I said, well, that's when they're bringing the buffet out. All right. I said, it's up to you if you want to go on at 9:30. I said, but like people are going to be going for buffet. I said, sure, it's up to you. All right, I'll go on later then. So I said, okay. And she did about 25 minutes, half an hour. And then left all the gear. And then at the end of the night, because she wasn't staying at the venue, and then at the end of the night, she just watched me pack up all my car and everything, right? And she went, can you give me and my boyfriend a lift to the hotel? I went, no. She went, oh, why? Well, she couldn't get hold of a taxi. That was the problem. And I'm like, okay, you've just seen me load my car. I've got no space for you. Oh, I said, the hotel's only half a mile down the road. Yes, but I'm drunk and I'm wearing a dress. Well, okay. Wow. So, yeah. But it was a good wedding. It was a very, very...
What have you learned through this experience that you mentioned last week on the podcast, and in relation to the fact that you were given the heads up that this woman's going to be singing, and
yeah.
System, bringing her own PA system. She's turned up. She's delivered these blows on the day to you. She's then demanding lift home.
Yeah.
What have you learned, John? Tell the listeners what you've learned in relation to this little episode.
You put me on the spot here, really. What have I learned?
I need to know. Everything's about learning. You need to learn.
Well, I know one thing's for sure. I'm not your roadie. I know that for sure. You know.
But what have you learned in relation to your communication skills? In relation to all of this, what have you learned?
Mate, there is nothing wrong with my communication skills. Absolutely nothing wrong with my communication skills. I emailed her, I texted her, I did everything I possibly could. She was late. She was 2 hours late. Right, there was nothing wrong with my skills. I was very polite throughout.
Okay, this is the problem I'm getting at. You were too polite. Why are you taking photographs of a woman in pajamas doing a sound check?
Mate, she's a woman in pajamas. What would you do?
I'm not sticking about. That's for sure.
No, you're right. Maybe I should, but I kind of drew the line with like emptying her car. I'm like, no, mate, you can do that. That's your job.
No,
you know
man,
I mean?
this is not.
So
everyone that's listening, please give your advice to John in relation to the things that he should have learnt during this experience. And we look forward to seeing your comments. Put them in the Spotify chat, DM us, or we've also put them in the YouTube, depending on what platform you're operating and watching us on or listening to us on. That's Anything else happened at the weekend, John, other than your nightmare singer?
No, not really. To be fair, I mean, I'm pretty good. You know, back to
Sunday?
normal this week. That was Sunday.
That was Sunday, was it?
That was Sunday, and
Saturday 50th, wedding Sunday.
Yeah. So back over to you, Matty F. What did you do this weekend?
Yeah, thank you, John.
That's okay.
Thank you for handing back to me. I appreciate that. Yeah, so I had a wedding on Thursday night, which you kindly offered to come and give me a helping hand at. And I tell you what, it was actually really nice having you there.
Oh,
The reason is that it's very rarely that I get help or use anybody to help get stuff out of the car, set up, everything else. And I did have a lot of stuff out on the Thursday for this wedding, but it was just nice that you knew what you were doing. You knew how my setup is and how it looks, and we literally cracked through it really, really quickly, set up and breakdown in the cars, and then we were away, and we finished slightly early as well than planned. The bride and groom went, "Do you know what? We just want to go to bed now." So we finished, I think, about half an hour earlier, didn't we?
yeah, it's about that. Yeah, it's about half
Yeah.
11, something like that.
So it was really nice. It was a really good wedding, smallish affair, but it was nice setup. Look, I was really happy with how the setup actually looked,
Yeah,
and I think
did
that
look nice.
that's credit to your vision as well as my vision in the sense of how we made it look and how we delivered the night. So it was good. It was nice working with a photographer who knew what he wanted and how to do it, and the communication I think was really there from the outset. From both of us, I asked him about, do you want our lights on? Do you want them off? How you want to do it? Blah 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 blah. And the only option he sort of said to me, he goes, "You can put everything on if you want." He goes, "I'm not fussed what you put on," but he said, when you play it and where you're going to stand behind your DJ booth, are you going to be there? Because he then showed me a picture of what he wanted, and I shouldn't have been in the picture because it showed this lovely starlit backdrop, which you kindly brought with me for my event. Thank you very much.
That's okay.
As well as my setup with the lights and the standalone DJ console, etc., etc., and it looked lovely. It didn't need me in photographs. So as soon as I hit play, I was out of there. So hopefully the wedding shots look really good from that. But yeah, communicating with the photographer beforehand, I think, was quite key, and it was nice for him to say, "Look, you can put on whatever lights. Makes no odds to me what you do." But we've talked about it before about seeing loads of lights on whilst people are having their first dance, which I think is a bit.
I think there's a way of having all your lights on.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't want them strobing and flashing and zipping all over the place. If you've got a nice subtle, nice sort of slow sweep going around, then yeah, that would, and then have all your lights on. Because I'm not being funny, the lights that you had they were like super bright. I mean, at one point I think we knocked them down to like 40%.
Yeah,
because they were
those
bright.
Cosmopar lights that I've got. They are very bright, and I think they're all at 50% now.
Yeah,
maybe even a little bit less in relation to all the presets on the Wolfmix. But so that was Thursday, really good gig. And then, fun enough, I had a 50th birthday party on Saturday, also in a marquee in the back garden of someone's house.
Nice.
Very nice house, lovely little setup. It was, really good night. Actually, it was really probably one of the nicest, pleasant nights that I've had. Got a nice little £50 tip at the end of the night.
A little Brooksy bonus, did you?
Got a little bullseye, son. Had a
Oh,
little
mate,
bullseye
love a
handed
bullseye.
over to me. Yeah,
Oh, nice.
which was a nice little touch. However, I will mention the fact of I had a slight panic. I got there very early in the day, so I got there very early to set up because I knew I had a slight tip off from the ladies whose birthday it was in relation to how the marquee was already set up, and so I knew there was going to be some issues. So when I turned up, there wasn't anywhere for me to set up in this marquee.
Oh, really?
They put there was a starlit dance floor.
Right, nice.
And then there was a bar right next to the starlit dance floor. And I'm
Really?
like, yeah. So I walked in and I was like, oh. And she went, oh, what's the matter? I said, you've got the bar right next to the dance floor, and I said the people that are operating your bar, the catering company that came in to do that, they're not going to be able to hear anything because it's next to the dance floor because the speakers are going to be there. Blah 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 blah. So we ended up moving the bar to a different location in this marquee. And luckily enough, the electrician guy who was setting the marquee up was still there. So he helped me move the bar down. And then because of where the bar was and then where the Starlit dance floor was, the Starlit dance floor was then taking up like literally one side of the venue, which then there was a massive gap and it just didn't look right. So ultimately, I then relayed the Starlit dance floor. However, I've never laid a Starlit dance floor before.
They're not good.
Oh my gosh, it was a nightmare, and I was getting stressed, and it was like this. I was like, this surely this is just easy. Just put it together. No, it's not. It's not easy at all. So anybody that's got a starlit dance floor, congratulations, because I ain't buying one
No.
anytime soon. It was an absolute faff, and in the end, I went into panic mode, and I'm like, "Who do I know who's got Starlit Dance? Who do I know?" Scott Dewin. Scott Dewin's been on our show a number of weeks ago, but I know he's got a Starlit Dance floor, and I was like, "He's the person I need to call." So I called Scott, video called him, and he literally talked me through how to set up this dance floor. But how the dance floor was set up, it was like, if you imagine a square on the dance floor, it was like 6x6. But actually, during my panic of trying to set it up, I actually set it up by 7x5. So I had one square left over. And I'm thinking, how the hell have I got one square left over? And it took me hours before I figured it out. But anyway, I laid a 7x5 instead of a 6x6. But yes,
6x6 isn't a very big dance floor, though.
I 6 squares, then by 6 squares.
Right, so 12 by 12 then.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, I'll bet you. 12 by 12 dance floor.
I don't know. Mate, listen, honestly, and it was starlit, and it was more about trying to get the connectors right, so all the stars. Oh, honestly, it took me. I reckon it took me about an hour and a half, an hour and 45 minutes to reposition it and lay it again.
And lay again, yeah.
And I hadn't even set up at this point.
It was a good job you got there early.
I was there. I think I was there for about 4.5 hours.
Wow.
Yeah. Time I got everything done, but then also the heavens opened, massive thunder, lightning, hail was coming down. I couldn't leave the marquee. It was a night.
Prisoner.
I couldn't escape the marquee. And then actually, when I got into the car, I realised that my sunroof or my windows are leaking somehow, and the inside of my car was soaking wet. So overall, it was a really good gig.
Cool.
Loved it. So yeah, that was Saturday night. Yeah,
love that.
So yeah, that was my week. Lovely. It was beautiful. But thanks, Scott Dewin, for helping me massively, because I was up the creek with no paddle, shall we say.
And you needed a paddle with all that rain?
At one point, it was biblical. It was biblical.
Really? Wow.
Oh, mate, it was awful. It was really bad. But yeah, that was a really long rundown this week.
That was a long one.
That was a long one. That was all. I blame you, John, to be honest, because you had so much, talking about your singer. God, shut up about it. Anyway, thank you, Pro Mobile, for sponsoring this week's The Rundown. So, John, quick little break, and then we are going to get straight back into it, because there is some stuff I want to talk about. All right, so I'll see you
after the break.
Welcome back from the break, John. Right, Johnny boy, listen. I want to talk about community. We've just touched on it in relation to the rundown, and we talked about Scott helping us out on the phone and video calling that end. But I have had a number of people reach out to me over the last few weeks, and in particular this weekend, asking for some help and advice. I can't tell you enough, and you know how I feel about this, what the community, the DJ community, is all about, and what it means to us from a Groove Junction perspective, and about us sharing information. There is not enough of it that goes on within our industry. There is too many people that are still holding on to stuff and not disclosing, talking about pricing, talking about how to use certain equipment, but everyone is very, very. Oh, I can't tell anyone because someone's going to come in and steal that and will do that. Honestly, it drives me round the bend. Um, and we need to be more open to it. So obviously Scott helped me out this massively this weekend. I can tell you now that um, we had Clarity Sound and Lighting contact us on YouTube because they're interested, because we talked about it the other week. I mean, last week as well, about the Wolfmix. And Clarity Sound and Lighting are saying, look, you guys need to do something with the Wolfmix. Like, I think the actual quote was, I would pay good money for like a tutorial on how to use the Wolfmix properly, because I've had it 2 years and I've not used it. And this is definitely something that you and I have talked about. And since I've sort of now become an ambassador for Wolfmix as well, it's something that we are definitely going to put together. It's not going to be something that's going to happen quickly, but we are going to look at finding a venue where we can go in and we can do some proper tutorials, and show people how to do it and record it and all that sort of stuff. So that's definitely going to happen in the pipeline for us. I'm just going through some of the messages also on my phone because I don't want to miss anybody else out. So also, I received a nice little message from John Green. Now, John Green is all the way down in Cornwall. John Green listens to the podcast. He asked me a question in relation to the mirror ball and what lights I use against the mirror ball, and I pointed out that I use my moving heads to do it, and it's all about the positioning of it, and etc. etc. And he's got, shall we say, he's got a pair of very large balls.
That's
Um,
nice.
yeah, yeah. He's got some very large balls. Has Mr. Green, and he sent me a picture of them. And I can confirm they are very, very large. But he's got some very nice spots on these very large balls. I keep saying very large balls a lot. I don't know why I keep saying that, but yes, he's got some very large balls. But it's been nice speaking to him on Instagram, and he's saying that he listens to the podcast, which is great to hear. He loves a bit. He loves our banter. He loves our banter. But yeah, so that's great to hear from him. Also, Jules Vick, she's one of the lighting that we had from the year anniversary show. Jules Vick, she was very quick to come to my aid whilst I was stuck in the biblical weather, stuck in a marquee. I think she saw my story the next day and went, "Are you still there? You're all right." So thanks, Jules, for checking up on me. It's always nice to have that. And there was somebody else as well that reached out to me. Don Wood. Don Wood reached out to me up in the Northwest. He also won a set of headphones from JBL in the year anniversary show. He reached out because he's recently bought some IR4s.
Nice.
He brought a Wolfmix a while back now, not so long ago. I think when we were starting to talk about Wolfmix, he brought one because I think it was actually just after Simon had come on the podcast.
Yes, I think it was.
Did the big thing about the Wolfmix on that show or that episode, and he reached out and he's now using the Wolfmix, but he was still daisy chaining, or has been daisy chaining his lights. So he's all about, how do I use the dongles, and got the right dongles, and now he's got the IR4s, so it's about making sure that he's patching up those correctly in the sense of the color of the Wi-Fi internal on the IR4s,
on the transmitter,
and all that sort of stuff. So I've been talking to him as well online about that, and so yeah, and I think this is what I'm going with this conversation, because I think it's really important that we're talking to each other and we're sharing information amongst each other. And I make no great shakes of it that I'm in a privileged position with the silent discos that I'm able to give gigs to people that a part of this community that are reaching out, and we're having those conversations, and you're part of that. Jules Vic's part of that. I've given a gig to Scott later this year. TJ down in Dorset, Diary of a DJ, Funky T. He's also doing a few
Snowball.
Disco Dion as well down that way. There's a lot of people that I'm lucky enough to be able to go. Yeah, jump on, do this, and I think that's what it's all about. That's what it's all about, is just to get that community going and look after each other. And we shouldn't be holding back information.
No, I think you're absolutely right. I mean, there are people out there. I mean, you and I have had conversations where you've not known what something is or something does or whatever, and then I've told you what it is, and it's like, oh my God, I had absolutely no idea about that.
Give me an example.
So the example being the ring on the mirror ball. What is this ring for? The ring on the mirror ball. You got the safety ring.
The additional ringlet on the mirror ball.
Yeah. You didn't know what it was for.
I didn't.
But then what was good about it is because even though you didn't know what it was, you weren't like fazed by asking, well, what is it? And I think that's one of the things that with this community is that people, not to be embarrassed about asking a problem, because chances are there's hundreds of people that are either wanting to ask the same question and don't know how to, or they were in that position and they found out, and these would be the people that are going to share what it is, then. And I think that's what's important. You can't get everything from YouTube.
No.
So, and I think it is important. I do think it's important for DJs to share.
You can get a lot from YouTube.
No, you can get a lot, but you have a look. You have a look for the user manual for your moving head. You won't find that on there. So yeah, and there's certain things there. There isn't a lot on YouTube about Wolfmix. I don't keep bringing up Wolfmix all the time, but there isn't a lot of tutorials. So here we go.
Yeah, I think you're right, and I think if we did something, I think Wolfmix users would benefit, not just our listeners potentially, and I think we'd put it on our YouTube page, but maybe we wouldn't do it as part of an episode. I think it needs to be a standalone thing.
I think it needs to be a standalone thing. And I think one of the things that I think with certain tutorials with a certain, if you got like the AZ's massive, right? We'll talk about that in a minute.
Talk about that.
Yeah, we're going to talk about it in a minute. But the AZ's massive. He's got lots and lots and lots and lots of features on it. And I know that there are YouTube videos out there like an hour and 10 minutes long and a full-on review. But some people don't want to know about the full-on review. People just want a little bite-sized snippet, like, oh, that's how you do it.
Bite-sized.
And that, yeah, we'll do a bite-sized training.
Let's do some Wolfmix bite-sized sessions.
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah, okay. We're going to do
it.
And
if there is anything that, for people that have already got the Wolfmix, if there's people out there that are like, oh, I don't know how to do this, drop us a message. We might be able, well, I'm hoping we'll be able to say, yeah, well, I'll tell you how to do it.
Yeah, I think
reach out.
Potentially with wedding season dripping away, that we might be in a position to find a location where we can do some stuff. Definitely around that. So yeah, let's just see how we go. But let us know in the comments. DM us. Let us know in the comments, or put them in YouTube in the comments there, or on Spotify, and just let us know what you want from a Wolfmix user point of view. So yeah, there's that. I do also want to mention as well that actually thinking about it, talking about community, should we live stream this one night?
Live stream what, the podcast? Yeah, let's do that. Let's hope it's not. Hopefully, it won't be like what the first one we ever did was.
Yeah, that was awful. That was
Groove Junction episode 1. That was a car crash.
I think we could live stream this on YouTube.
An audience with the Groove Junction.
The Groove Junction on YouTube, 9 o'clock at night on the Monday.
Yeah, okay. Let's do that.
Okay.
I like
All
the
right.
sound of that.
Yeah. We'll
I
just
like
see
the sound of
we'll
that.
just do it once, see how it goes.
Yeah. Let's do
Even
that.
if we get one person watch. Listen, there's one person watching.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
I just want to step back.
Oh, hello. You
Well, no,
always
because
do this.
you sort of moved on. You didn't give me like a bit of a heads up that we was going on to the live stream thing. But
Go
you're
on.
talking about communities. Now, you've touched on it already with your communication with the photographer at your wedding on Thursday. Now, I've had an inquiry this week of a sax player, Elijah Paul.
Mhm.
I've worked with him a few times in the past, and he's passed my details on to someone that's hired him for their wedding, and they're like, do you know a DJ? And he's like, yeah, use this guy, bring this guy up, see if he's available. So when we're talking about like communicating like with the photographers and the videographers and, you know, the catering stuff, finding out when a buffet is, all that sort of thing, it is important for you to build up that relationship network with these people, you know, with the percussionist, the sax player, the singer, because, you know, you need to do that. And you will build your network because they know loads of people, and then
Yeah.
before you know it, you know, it's one, you know, ideally we all just want to be one big happy family. That's what we
Yeah.
want.
Yeah.
So yeah, make sure you reach out. Say to them like, I'm going to tag you in Instagram tomorrow. Can I have your details? Get some of these plates. Get some of these. These are brilliant.
Those plates that you still got in the wrapper.
No, I bought spares.
Come on. Did you buy spares? Why?
Why? Because the deal was something like 5 plaques or whatever it was, and I've only got like one Instagram, one Google, and one Facebook, so I bought 2 spare.
Right, okay. Right.
It was the cheaper option.
So John's just, for the people once again who are watching the podcast, you would have seen that John had picked up these plaques that we've both now got. But for the guys that are listening, guys and girls that are listening on the podcast, that's literally what John just did. He picked up the plaques and
I love the way he does it. I love the way he does that. I love the way he does it. He does it every week. You know, I forget.
It.
Yeah, I know you do. I know.
Explain what's going on.
But these people might think, you know what? I'm going to jump over to YouTube and see what John's holding up.
There is that.
There he is. You see, they might give it. Oh my god.
Or what you could do is when we do the live stream, you could set them up in your hand as a fan and start fanning them.
That's a cracking idea. I could just go like that.
So once again, everyone, just to let you know, John.
Well, you don't need to tell them, do they? You don't need to tell them.
You're visually doing.
Yeah, no, I'm visually doing. You don't need to tell them.
I do. I feel.
No, that's it. I can't do it on the live podcast now. Thanks, Matt.
All right, whatever.
So selfish.
Oh, and talking about me being selfish, you did a really good deed for me this week. So after the gig on Thursday, the wedding, you kindly dropped off my AZ to a company that is on the Alpha Theta list of repair shops, shall we say?
Mm-hmm.
And because I'm having software issues with the AZ, it's not working the way it should. Ultimately, when I'm going in and searching for tracks, it will allow me to search just on one occasion. And then after that, I'm done. I can't search for any more tracks whatsoever, which is a bit of a pain in the backside when you're trying to think about songs and trying to find them. And if the search function doesn't work, it's quite difficult to DJ. It just adds another little bit of layer to the nightmare.
Yep. You know what? I dropped it off. I rang this doorbell thing, right? And then I could see myself in the screen. And the bloke said, hello? Hello? I said, I've come to drop off an AZ. Drop off an AZ? He went, are you sure? And I went, yeah, I'm pretty sure. All right. And he come down, he opened the door, right? Nice chap. And he said, I said, I'm just dropping this off for Matty F.
Yeah, thanks.
And he went, I don't know people, I know faults. I was like, okay, fine, no problem. I went, this is the fault with the search feature. I said, like, on the touch screen, you search and then he won't let you search. And honestly, visually, I'm holding my chin and I'm scratching my head. He was like that. And he went, and he got really excited. Honestly, he was like a kid in a sweet shop, mate. He went, oh, he said, I cannot wait to get work on this. He said, even Alpha Theta don't know what this problem is. He said, oh, let's get it in and let me get working on it. I went, okay, there you go. Crack on, mate.
He has worked on it. and he can't find an issue with the fault.
What? Even despite you've sent them videos of it.
Yeah. So what I think it comes down to is potentially I've got a corrupted USB that I'm using. So yeah, he's been using it all day today, testing it, and he's going. He's showing me videos. Searching is working absolutely fine, no issues whatsoever. But I showed you on Thursday, didn't I? I showed you. We used the unit on Thursday, and I showed you literally what happened.
So. And
So
yeah, because with the AZ, you have to have a pen drive or a laptop in to be able to do it. You haven't got an internal hard drive, have you? No, okay. Oh right.
So
maybe.
So I think I need to completely reformat my USB card that I have, and then and then just restart the whole process again and see if that's potentially the issue. But yeah. So,
if it is the issue, you have to let us know. Report back, let us know, because that'd be interesting.
Of course, it will.
That'd be interesting.
So I need to go and pick that up on Thursday this week, and then hopefully use it Saturday.
Nice.
Yeah. So yeah, there you go. That's the little update on the AZ.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's where we're at.
That's where we are at. Love that.
Yeah, it's community, people. Community. Let's look after each other. Let's help each other. That's what it's all about. At the end of the day,
yeah, I think so. I think so. Even as you say, even getting the odd gig here or there from another DJ, working on behalf of someone,
if it does,
if it lines your pocket, happy days.
Absolutely.
Yeah, have a bit of that. Oh, look, Matty's got another message. Matty gets all the messages. I don't get any messages anymore. I used to. I don't get any anymore. I feel sorry for myself.
Oh, really? It's like that. It's community again. See, I've got a message come up on my community page. That's all. That's the reason why.
I love that.
Yeah, somebody looking for a DJ potential residency down in Devon. There you go.
Devon, nice. Bit far for me.
A bit of a trek.
Yeah, a little bit. Well, they've got to be a 5-hour drive from here.
Yeah. So yeah, that's community, everyone. It's all about community. Let's keep the community going. Let's help each other. Let's strive to get better. Oh, John is
oh my God.
Just remembered something, everybody. He's just literally.
It's
like he's been hit by lightning.
Mate, honestly, this is so exciting, right? So I got a text message today, right?
From
Ape Labs UK.
Ape Labs UK, everyone.
Ape Labs UK.
Mate,
the new Marvel lights from Ape Labs are now in the UK.
Are they?
Yes. And I've seen a little video of them.
Are you testing?
I will be.
You will be testing?
I will be testing them for Ape Labs UK.
Love that.
They do look very nice. I haven't got all the details, but I'm going to come back to you and feed you out with that one. But the new Marvel, there's a new Marvel Spot and the new Marvel Flood, and I believe it's the Spot that is in the UK at the moment. They literally arrived today, and I got the text message today. So there you go, hot news.
Hot news for Ape Labs people.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, great. We'll look forward to hearing all about this in the future, Johnny boy. Well done.
Absolutely.
Thanks for that wonderful, quick little update that just literally jumped into your head.
Just like that.
So late.
I mean, it's been rattling around there all evening, and then all of a sudden it just popped. It's like
rattling around, is it? Rattling.
Mate, honestly, you would not believe.
I can hear the rattlings from here. On that note, John, let's have another quick little break before we finish today's pod.
I'll see you after the break, mate.
I'll see you after the break then. Welcome back, Johnny boy. Right, okay, listen. Getting into the end of the show.
End of the show. Isn't that an Ant and Deck thing?
It is.
Oh, we could get sued now. Thanks. Well done.
Sorry about that. I'll recall that. So, end of the podcast. So let's have a breakdown. So what you got planned coming up?
I've actually got quite an easy week this week. I only have one event this week.
Nice.
Which originally you passed to me.
Did.
Yeah.
Sharing is caring.
Sharing is... Oh, wow. Really? Really? Come on, man. After 58 weeks and you're like nicking my... Man.
But listen, I'm just saying I shared and I cared at the same time, and I'm giving you a very
Yeah.
very nice gig. Actually, a very nice gig.
Why'd you say it's a very nice gig? You don't know
Because it's
nothing
a
about it.
very nice gig.
How do you know it's a very nice gig?
I know,
How do you know?
because I know the people. They contacted me.
Yeah, but you could do it. So then you passed
I
it to me.
exactly, but I
Yeah.
know the people, and they're very.
Oh,
I'm
do
already booked.
do you
That's why.
actually do you actually know the people?
Yes.
Oh, I didn't know that. That's a bit pressure on top now. Yeah, so house party on Saturday over your way, which I'm looking forward to.
Yes.
And that is it
Uh,
for this week.
it's just a house party, or was it a birthday party? I think you find it's a birthday
Well,
party.
it's a birthday party in a house. I'm not going to a venue or anything like that. Just checking my calendar and make sure that is the only gig I have got this week. Yes, it is the only gig I have this
Okay,
week.
good.
What about you, Matt? Do you have anything? Because I know you're booked on Saturday because you
Yes.
can't do the one I'm doing.
I was just about to say, no, I've got nothing. Got no gigs. Nothing.
Having at all.
No, I lied. Yeah, I've got a gig. Hence why I passed you this one. No, I've got a 50th birthday party in a golf club.
Nice.
Yes. Yeah, it's a 90s themed night,
Okay,
which is
good.
fine. No
Yeah.
issues with that whatsoever. However, the birthday person, trying to keep it, I'm not trying to alert anybody to the fact of weird. Anyway, the birthday girl, she has basically given me her playlist, and within her playlist, she wants it done in genres.
Genres.
Yeah, each section of the night is in
Okay.
genres.
Okay. Is she giving you times as well, right?
Well,
Between
no.
7 and 8 and,
Well, no.
Okay.
But I have only so she's given me this list of 5 hours worth of music.
Okay.
I'm like, oh god, and the 5 hours worth of music it goes, I think, grunge, indie into rock. So that's what I'm starting with.
Starting with that.
I'm starting with that. Then I'm going into rock. Then I'm going into pop, and then I'm
Okay.
going into
Bit early.
dance, rave music to end.
Okay. It's probably
Yeah.
not the way I would do it.
No,
Yeah, I mean, there is a question for you there, Matty. I
go
mean,
on then.
do
Not just
people?
us, for the listeners.
Well, yeah, to the
Question
listeners as
forward.
well. Yeah, I mean, when you go out to a gig, I mean, everyone's got their own way of structuring their evenings out, how they're going to play their music, this, that, and the other. Do you stick normally? Do you stick to a genre? Say, right, I'm going to do a little section of 70s now, then I'm going to move on to 80s. I'm going to do a bit of soul, or do you just give it? You know what? I'm chucking anything in anywhere.
Wing it. I've winged it for 30 plus years.
Yeah.
I continue to wing it. No, literally, it's just a case of how I think. I always think about how I'm going to start the night, and that's it. And we talked about this actually at the wedding that
At
you
the
came
wedding.
and helped me with on Thursday,
Yeah.
because the bride and groom were like, "This is our first dance." It was a country. It was a country song. And then because of the photographer being there and a videographer being there, it was a case of I've got to go in quite good to keep everybody, because I know the photographer's there, because come that first dance is over, the photographer and the videographer are out. So it's like, and we lined this up in the sense of you had a load of the old
Phone
LED
buttons,
buttons, phone buttons ready to go. And you dish those out literally as I started the first song after the first dance, just to keep the energy up for the photographer to just do some quick snaps for 3 minutes, and then he left. And I sort of briefed the photographer on what we were doing, and he loved it. It was like, yeah, that's great.
Perfect. Yeah.
Because he then gets the shots of what it looks like during the night without not being there all night.
Yeah, that's right.
So I always plan just the first, probably think about it, just the first song, and then after that, I just look and read the crowd in relation.
I mean,
to,
there are a couple of songs like crescendo songs that you do kind of leave towards the end of the night, like let's be honest, like Mr. Brightside, Bon Jovi, that sort of thing. You do leave them towards the end of the night, or do you chuck them in the middle? I leave mine towards the end of the night.
Depends.
So I sort of bring mine in with like the last hour.
It depends if the energy needs to be brought back into it, and you feel if there's a song out there that you think, actually, if I play that now rather than waiting, it just brings a bit of life back into the party a little bit. So I'm very fluid with it. There is never any real structure in it. And there's some certain songs on this lady's playlist that I'd be using that much later in the night. I'd be playing that song so much. I'm not gonna be playing it after. I'm not gonna be playing like a really good like rock song that I know people are gonna love right towards the end of the night, and you want me to play that after they've had a sit down meal, because that's
Yeah.
what's happening. I found out today that they're having a
Oh,
sit down meal, and then I've then also found out subsequently that during the dessert of this meal, they're having a quiz, and part of that quiz is a music quiz, and part of that music quiz, I've found out that I've now got to produce a mix for this music quiz, which I knew nothing about until 8 o'clock this morning.
well, I mean, you said about my communication skills with my singer, but hell, man, come on. I mean, you smashed that one out of the park, and yeah, I mean, come on. Wow.
But talking about, I didn't know. All I knew was I'm having this 50th birthday party. It's a 90s night. It's all 90s music. There is nothing else. And I'm like, yeah, cool. That's all good. Really good. Send me a playlist. The playlist comes in on Sunday, came in Sunday night, going, this is what I want. And it's all structured into genres. And I want this played first, then this genre, then this genre, and then this genre. And that's literally how it was. And then I got a text message from somebody else who's going to the party. He's a good friend of ours, going, I'll just let you know, I'm doing a music quiz. I need your help.
Right. Okay.
I'm like, what? I'm like, and they've sent me that music quiz, and there's a song from 2000 on there. So I'm saying, you can't have that. It's the 90s night. You've put a song on there that's
It's
from the
2000s.
2000s. It's just like stuff like that, really.
Yeah. Wow.
So, yeah. But in relation to, it's all, for me, it's all about reading the crowd. And I would much rather just go in there and read what's
the crowd.
happening and then tweak what I need to do at a certain period of time by throwing in a good song just to bring a bit of energy back into the room, potentially. It's a roller coaster.
Yeah, absolutely.
Roller coaster.
Yeah, it is. You got your peaks and your troughs throughout the night anyway. You always do.
100%. But yeah, that's Saturday, and that's all I've got this Saturday. But yeah, so nothing else this weekend from my point of view.
Nice. Wow, good.
Yeah, all good.
Nice.
So everyone, thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. We are the Groove Junction. My name's DJ Matty F. His name's DJ John Colley. We are here every Friday as the podcast lands, 10 a.m. on all your podcast providers, as well as YouTube, and potentially not so long away, not so far away, we're going to be doing a live Groove Junction
Live stream.
streaming directly to YouTube. So yeah,
Exciting times.
exciting times. I don't know why, I feel like literally we talked about it for 2 minutes before we hit the record button, and we've gone full in. Yeah, we're doing it.
Yeah, we're doing it. Yeah, we'll plan it out. We'll work it. We'll suss it.
We'll work it out. But anyway, we will see you same time, same place next week here on the Groove Junction. Say goodbye, John.
Be safe. Be lucky. Ta-da.
No, I say goodbye, John.
Bye. So boring.
Say goodbye, John.
Goodbye, John.
There you go. Excellent. You got there in the end. Nice joke. See you, everyone. Take care.